You know, I gotta say, Captain Red, if you're watching this video, dude, thank you. I want to say a personal thank you to him specifically because he's been doing a fantastic job dealing with all the craziness that is this club world, as I've been, you know, kind of focusing more on my craft and the YouTube and all the stuff going on behind the scenes, which we do have some interesting things to talk about. But what is up, dudes and dudes to the urine? My name's Scythe, and we are back here for some more Trove Xbox One. Yes, that's right, folks. We finally have an Xbox One episode. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Seriously. Do I have weekly things to claim? No, I do not. Anyways, hello, random people. Let's go on an adventure today, just as we've done every other day. I know it's already been a couple, never mind episodes, couple days, in fact, since I ended up actually logging into the Xbox version of Trove. Generally speaking, folks, you gotta understand, I do want to talk about this now. This kind of applies to all the versions of Trove, of course, and just everything in general. I've been getting very, very busy behind the scenes, lots of personal stuff going on with my personal life, not to mention just the fact that, you know, I've got other games that I'm starting to run on the channel, I got lots of indie games to cover, etc., etc., YouTube, usual excuse, you know. In any case, logging in and grinding and stuff like that is not something that I personally spend my personal time doing, because you gotta understand that I'm mostly on the PC version. And I just wanted to kind of explain that and say I'm sorry about that, because I know lots of people want to hang out and want to actually play on the Xbox version and be in the videos and stuff like that, and it happens. It's just lately I have had no time whatsoever. Like, seriously, none at all. But at least we've got some exciting news to talk about. While I did actually talk about this recently in the PC patch video, then there's also the other one, the other PlayStation episode, but then also, yeah, we're gonna be talking about it today in the Xbox episode for any of you freaks out there that only watch one specific series. But before we get into any of that, folks, what we are going to be giving away today is 5 Stream of Dream boxes and my last Neon Dragon code. So that's going to give you the full Neon Techno Robo Dragon, right? So get them while it's hot. If you would please, all that I ask for you to qualify is hit the like button and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Doesn't matter what your comment says. You could say how much you're into Trove, whether you are still into the game or whether it's kind of getting dull for you or something. Well, I guess why would the prize go to someone who the game's getting dull for, right? But in any case, just kind of say something interesting, you know? Like, the community that we've got is absolutely fantastic. I've said that countless times before, and I mean it, because seriously, folks, you all rock. Now, as far as the new stuff that's coming around the corner, I wanted to talk about this in a little bit more detail. Of course, I don't want to go too over the boundaries here because we don't really know. I can't really confirm any of this stuff yet, or technically speaking, can't confirm it until it's actually in the game, you know what I mean? But the lead developer of Trove has actually handed over the mantle to someone else. So there's another new lead developer who's much older, which personally to me says that's, you know, that's probably better, because it means that he hopefully has a little bit more experience under his belt. Nothing against the original lead developer by any means. It's just kind of like, the way that I've been viewing it is they can add new coders, they can add new people to the dev team all they want, but it doesn't matter if the boss doesn't change. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that, again, I don't want to say that to sound negative towards the previous lead dev. He's been doing a good job up to this point for sure, but I'm excited for the future and excited to see what the new developer ends up doing, whether or not he can actually kind of, you know, push the game's development to be a little bit more to the Trion World's quality. Because that's the thing too, is despite the fact that this game is extremely pay to win, and I'm not gonna sit here and argue with those people that try to say this game is pay to progress. Like, seriously, denial is an ugly thing, I guess, because this game's pay to win. Like, the only way that you win in this game is with gems, or buying mounts and getting mastery and stuff like that, and you have to pay for all of that stuff, and well, not that you have to, you can pay for all of that stuff pay to win's definition is you can pay your way past the grind, and that's exactly what you can do in this game. Anyways, now that we've cleared that up, I wanted to mention that the new stuff that they've been talking about is Trove subclasses, which all that we really know up to this point anyways is that they are going to be adding, I don't know if they're necessarily going to be adding subclasses as in different characters. I wanted to kind of speculate on this a little bit today because the thing that you gotta consider is Trove in itself doesn't really have a class system. You know, different characters are different classes, right? So how would they actually end up dealing with a subclass? Now, what they have talked about a little bit, the devs, oh, somebody's gonna have to go on my ignore list. Who's that guy? Sky Hunters. All right, I'll get you after this, dude. Because if people are gonna be bombing the dungeon, which of course is the game's fault, not the player, but can't have that person joining me anymore, so get wrecked in a video, dude. Anyways, the thing that they kind of ended up mentioning, which I'm suspicious of, is if you grind one of the other characters, it's going to end up unlocking abilities for, like, unlocking different abilities and different playstyle for a different character, right? So I don't know what that means. Like, does that mean that if we play on a specific character, is it gonna be the, like, do we play on the candy barb and unlock an ability for the boomeranger? Or do we play on the knight to unlock one specific ability on the boomeranger, and then the barbarian would actually be kind of synced up with a different character? I'm not sure how that's going to end up working, you know? We're still completing the dungeon anyways, you stupid freak. Even though he's bombing the floor like a madman. Okay, did we complete this restart? No, we did not. And then also there's just, do we actually get to swap to a different subclass? I don't know what's going to happen with that, but they have actually confirmed that the whole subclass mechanic, whatever it may be, is going to end up changing one of the abilities on one of your characters. Potentially, this could be the replacement to the class gem. Because one of the things, I'll kind of elaborate on that a little bit for those of you that are just tuning in, but a lot of veteran Trove players, myself included, have known for a very long time that they were going to add more than one class gem ability. The Dino Tamer, in fact, already has his second class gem ability in the game's code. On the test server on the PC version of the game, when the Mantle of Power update originally came out, they accidentally had the wrong Dino Tamer ability available as a class gem. So I ended up getting it, and then they swapped it over to the normal class gem. And now on the PTS, the test server of the PC version of Trove, I actually have the Dino Tamer's future class gem ability. In fact, I even have it in a video in my class gem highlight videos that show all the different class gem abilities. Originally, we thought the triple shot of the Dino Tamer was going to be his original ability. I don't mean to digress. My point being that the classes in general, like, that was kind of a sneak peek spoiler that the classes were going to end up eventually getting a second class gem ability, and the Dino Tamers was already in the game since day one. So honestly speaking, it was a little bit disappointed that they've been delaying it up to this point because some of the characters already actually have their ability developed. Now, that triple shot for the Dino Tamer essentially makes it so that every one of his normal attacks is doing 3 times the damage. So do the calculations and you can see that it definitely makes the Dino Tamer very powerful. Now, that doesn't mean that they have the abilities, the other secondary class gem ability for all the classes ironed out, but in any case, what I'm curious about now is maybe they're scrapping that idea and instead going to go with this whole subclass thing, and that will end up giving us our secondary class gem, right? Because otherwise, what we were very, very worried about was going to end up happening is they were going to end up adding a secondary class gem ability that was just going to be more random number generation on top of getting a good first class gem ability. Because what's to stop getting your first and second class gem to both generate as a fire gem, right? And then good luck with that. That would totally suck. So maybe, you know, don't quote me on it. This is just speculation. Maybe the subclass is how they're going to end up negating that and just giving us a secondary class gem ability while, you know, not necessarily taking up another gem slot, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, generally speaking, the gems, or generally speaking, the gems are already ironed out enough. We don't need new gems. And then, of course, you know, not as exciting for most players, very exciting for myself. The other big feature that they talked about is they're going to finally be adding proper ranking system and levels to Club Worlds, meaning I'm assuming it's going to just be as simple as, I gotta clear my inventory. I'm assuming it's going to be as simple as just, oh, you're going to end up, you know, you're based on the amount of props that you have, your club's going to end up being a certain amount of levels. Hopefully it's something a little bit more and ends up having, you know, maybe a proper ranking system that is based on how active a club is and how, you know, people can end up kind of supporting a club, you know, kind of with clan chests and stuff like that. We'll see what ends up happening. I kind of did a little bit more speculation for the club stuff in the last PS4 episode, but in any case, they are definitely going to be adding new rankings for sure, so hopefully that'll help out with griefing, because as of right now, having just member architect that can build and then just bump right up to officer, there always needed to be at least one more rank in between there, but more so than that, what I would like to see is being able to set specific biomes to work with specific players, like giving specific privileges to specific biomes and stuff like that. And then, of course, a world ban, because even as I'm standing in my club world right now, there's some freak trying to advertise his club. Not that that works. That's the same as people commenting on videos saying, subscribe to my channel. It doesn't work. Like, seriously, don't do it. It looks bad, and it makes you look bad, and it just makes people not want to be a part of it. I still remember when I was first starting out, and I would see people do that all the time, and it was just like, even when I was starting out, it was just like, no, that's gross. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, everybody. That's all the time that we have for today, because I've actually got to rush this video up in a couple hours, so I got to edit it, render it, and everything like that, and it's already long enough. So have a fantastic day. Hope that you all enjoyed today's episode and all this news and everything like that. Very, very exciting to see where Trove ends up going. In closing, I will mention this just in case you haven't tuned into any of the other videos, but the devs have confirmed that the next big console update is going to be the PC update, and then after that is going to be that expansion that's going to improve upon the Shadow Towers and stuff like that. And as a nice little sneak peek, the devs have said that Daughter of the Moon is going to end up being the 6th Shadow Tower boss. So that means that there's going to be 2 new Shadow Tower bosses that they're working on that are going to be squeezed in earlier than her. Hopefully that means that she's going to see a little bit of an improvement as far as her abilities and AI is concerned. But I wouldn't really think so. I'm assuming it's just going to be Daughter of the Moon, which is a good final boss, but seriously, we need the Hydra boss. Oh, and devs actually confirmed plasma fishing is going to be a thing. But who cares? That's 2 years too late, guys. Thanks for watching, though, folks. Very much appreciate it. Sayonara, and stay epic.